What is going on, guys? Welcome to Grego's TV Daily Rewind. Is where we go back a week and give you all of your tech news stories from the past 7 days. In this one, we had a lot of information leak out about the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro, as well as what the Pixel Fold could potentially look like, a delay of the Galaxy S22 series, and so much more. So enjoy this week, and we'll see you in the next one. First story of the day, again, a deal on, and it's all about the Galaxy Z Flip 3 and Fold 3. The Z Flip 3, both of these deals are going on Amazon, and they're linked down below. This is going to be $75 off the Z Flip 3, so you can get this for $925 with free one-day delivery. And it's the 128 gig version, and it doesn't come with any freebies, it looks like, but still, if you don't need the freebies and you just want to save some money, this is going to be a fantastic deal on that phone. But I think the better of the two deals and the better of the two phones, I feel like too, is the Z Fold 3. So you can get the Z Fold 3 with S Pen case, and obviously it comes with the S Pen as well. So you get this for $15.99. It does come within 1 or 2 months. If you don't need the S Pen or the case, then you can get it as early as Thursday on here, but still, fantastic deal. $1,599. That's $200 off the cost of this phone, and it is a really, really nice phone. It's my favorites of the folding phones at the moment, due to the fact that it's the newest as well, and it's really one of the only ones I've personally played with besides the Flip. I mean, like just a straight up folding phone like this. You definitely want to try this out. Great deal. Next story has to do with the Pixel Fold and what it's potentially going to look like. And I know you guys are looking forward to this phone. I know I'm looking forward to this phone. I'm really wanting a phone, a folding phone. And I do like this phone, don't get me wrong, but I want a folding phone where I absolutely love the cameras and I can always capture beautiful, wonderful photos. And the Pixels can do that. So I'm honestly a little bit more excited about that phone than I was for this phone after learning more about the Galaxy Z Fold 3. So here's a potential first look at what the Pixel Fold will look like. So this is coming from Let's Go Digital, and this is their mock-up of what this phone will end up, hopefully. I wouldn't mind it looking like this. The Pixel Fold foldable smartphone with a 7.6-inch flexible screen is expected before the end of 2021. 3D renders show possible design of the new Pixel Fold. And just looking at this photos a little bit more, you can see the camera looks like they're thinking that it's going to look exactly what we get with the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, with that camera bar that goes all the way across. And then the front of the display, you get the small, skinny, tall display with the camera cutout in the top left for that camera. And on the bigger display, it's in the top right. We have the back and front look of this. So like when you have it open, if you just kind of look at it while it's completely open, but you see the camera on the back on the left, and then on the right, you see the front small, skinny display. We then see a documentation of what Google put through for patents for the Pixel Fold, and obviously what they've designed on Let's Go Digital doesn't look anything really close to that. Here's another one showing off some of the colors that we might see for this phone, playing along with what we are getting with the colors with the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, and playing with some of those wallpapers and what the design of the software would look like on the phone and what you could expect with that. Here's all of the phones, all the colors that they are hoping or guessing might come out with this phone. I don't think we're going to see multiple colors of this if Pixel does end up releasing the foldable phone. I think at most we're going to see 2, but ultimately I think it's only going to be 1. I think they want to keep the cost low on this, and creating less designs for this will help with that. If they do create more colors, I think it would be only if it was very, very successful. And then there's a closer look up at the back of the phone and also of the big open front display. So when design language, you're looking a lot like what you'd get with the Pixel Z, actually, all these Pixel folding phones. The Z Fold 2, because the Z Fold 3 has the camera that lies underneath it, and also the camera cutout for this in the top right. On the front one, it's in the top middle, whereas it'd be like off to the left with the Pixel phone. So I'm really hoping this phone comes out. I'm hoping it's a beast. I'm hoping that it's got great specs in it. I'm hoping it has the cameras that are in the same Pixel phones we've known to love. Story of the day is about the Google Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. I actually just released a video about the 5 features that I'm most excited about for that phone. So if you want to watch that, it'll be linked at the end of this video. Just click on it and you can watch it. But ultimately, Google has put out a tweet officially announcing that they're going to unveil the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, the new Google phone, on October 19th at 10 a.m. Pacific. The Pixel 6 launch, Pixel Fall launch, tune in October 19th, 10 a.m. Pacific. So when they launch this phone, you can almost guarantee that they're going to, at least at the end of the event, put it up for pre-order. So if you're looking to get this phone, you're looking at about 2 weeks from now, being able to see it, pre-order it, and then it should be in your hands within the next 7 to 10 days after the event. Super excited about getting my hands on the Pixel 6 Pro. And when I do, I will definitely have some videos out for you guys on that phone. Here's a little update about One UI 4.0. This is from Ice Universe saying Samsung listened to users' opinions, improved the animation, and added wallpaper blur and zoom effects to make it look more natural. This is the official version of One UI 4.0 animation, which is being optimized. Look forward to it. So if you have the 4.0 update beta on your phone, or you're thinking about getting it and you want some of the improvements, they will optimize the performance overall of the animations and the overall look and feel of the operating system, which is always going to be good because you want that smoother, you want the phone to feel super smooth in every aspect and not have any jagged edges, and it looks like Samsung's doing that. Next up is taking the best of both worlds for a lot of people. It's taking a folding phone, but even changing the design of it, and also throwing in a Note phone and putting those two phones together to create an amazing looking device. Check this out. These are coming from some trademarks that Samsung has put in, and Let's Go Digital has created renders onto this. They're calling it the Galaxy Z Fold Note. They're saying Technizo Concept, that's the person that created these, brings patented Samsung Galaxy smartphones with wraparound screen and an S Pen dock to life in a series of realistic 3D renders. Not saying this phone's definitely going to come out. It might not even look like this. It might not be. It's really just a concept of what this guy is thinking based off some official stuff that has come out and just putting it all together. And you can see that it has the wraparound display, which looks super futuristic. It wraps around all the way to the back of the display with the triple camera setup. You then see it completely wide open, what that display would look like if you had it. Again, it would wrap around on that, I believe it's the right edge of the display, and then you could have it kind of closed out when it's completely wide open. It would like just be all back on the back there and wouldn't have any bit of the display showing. And then when you do have it also opened up, you could have it opened up on half the screen, and then the other half would be the cameras, and then you have it fully on the front. It's just a really interesting looking display, and having triple cameras and the S Pen. And the main thing about this that you'd want to be interested in is obviously the S Pen. So the S Pen will be docked onto the back of the device, looks like magnetically, and be able to charge it and use it and have all that Bluetooth functionality. And who wouldn't want a Galaxy Z Fold phone that with a wraparound display, triple camera setup, an S Pen that attaches magnetically to the back of the phone. So you're getting a futuristic fold, you're getting a futuristic Note phone. Why wouldn't you want something like that? And that'll be your first story of the day. That's right. We were complaining about there being no updates for the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the Flip 3 as well, but mostly the Fold 3. And we got an update the next day, which ended up being the September update. It added a few features. And then guess what, guys? This morning, I wake up, what do I have? I have the October update, that's right. So Z Flip 3 and Fold 3 are the unlocked versions in the US. Ended up getting this update. It's 284 megs, so it's literally just gonna be security fixes and bugs, small bugs, not anything too big in there. Don't expect anything hugely massive in terms of features. It should just be security update, like a security patch. That's really it. If something pops out that we find out that there's in there, but I'll let you know. But as of right now, there's nothing that's popping out, but it's great. October, come on, baby. We're almost there. We got, what, 25 more days before they push out, hopefully anyway, the November patch. Next up is about the Galaxy S21 series of phones for the beta, the One UI 4 beta. It's getting a really, really cool feature because I know, like myself, I've had multiple dogs. Now I just have one dog. And I know a lot of you have dogs, a lot of people in the world have dogs, and this is a great feature. So as you can see from Ice Universe's tweet, it says the next One UI 4 beta will add pet portrait mode. Now, what does that mean? That means when you take a photo, when you put it on portrait mode, when you take a photo of your pet, it's gonna centralize them in the photo, like make them in focus and look really, really nice. And then the background around them will be blurred out and just like, I love portrait mode, especially taking photos of, you know, people, and now to do it with pets. This is awesome. I'm really glad this is gonna have this, and it's gonna be specifically designed for pets, so you should be able to get really, really beautiful photos with your phone by doing it in pet portrait mode. Are you stoked about this? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up is all about the Galaxy S22 series of phones and the S21 Fan Edition. One seems to be coming out and one seems to be delayed. Now the delay, don't get too crazy about it, it's slightly delayed. So let's check this out. This is coming from the people over at Sam Mobile. What they're saying is the S22 is possibly delayed and the Galaxy S21 Fan Edition should get a quiet launch in January. So what it's looking like is in January of 2022, the S21 Fan Edition would come out without really an unveiling. It would really just be a kind of either a virtual unveiling or just a release on their website. It's not gonna be this big brouhaha of, you know, people getting in there and promoting this thing. It's really, again, just gonna be a digital kind of release. The S22 seemingly, if it's not gonna come out in January now at this point, it seems like it's not gonna get pushed back that much. It looks like it probably will come out sometime in February. Not that bad. And I guess it all has to do with the chip shortage for the S21 Fan Edition. Obviously the S22 will have a different chip, but still the chips getting made and things is kind of a hassle at this point still with COVID and the job's not getting filled, and obviously COVID slowing everything down and whatever else is going on in the world, but not that bad of a late release. You know, the S22 Fan Ultra should have that S Pen built in. Should have Bluetooth S Pen, should have really high-end specs, beautiful camera, slightly new design, especially on the back. I want to talk, before we show off what we have with those promotional images, this is a good point. Evan Blass put out a tweet saying the following, that basically that the metrics so far of the stuff he's tweeted out about the Pixel are the highest ever for any Pixel phone that he's ever done from the beginning until now. And he's getting, you know, big impressions, engagements, and engagement rate. And I can totally agree with him. I see it with my friends' channels. When they put out Pixel content, generally it wouldn't get many views. I see it with my channel, the views being not necessarily like massive, but definitely a lot larger than they were previously. So with that said, it looks like the Pixel phone's gonna be, I think it's gonna be kind of a hit this year. More so definitely than any time in the past. And I'm not sure if it's because you guys wanted a true flagship phone or what it is, but it's looking like it's gonna be pretty hot. Maybe not as hot as a Samsung phone, but hot for a Pixel phone. So let's check these images out. Again, these are from Evan Blass. All right, so let's start clicking into these. These are gonna be the Pixel 6. I love this color, like the aqua blue, mixed with a little yellow at the top, a little lemonade, why not? These phones, I have seen online people complaining about the bezel. Come on, guys. I mean, it's big, but it's not like crazy. It's not Microsoft Surface Duo big. But for this, I mean, they're putting a lot of style and flavor into the software this time around, with kind of like a theming it out with the wallpapers and the colors overall with everything. So it's nice to see that they're doing a little bit of something different with the software, making it all look pretty cool overall. Again, this should be the, I believe this is the Pixel 6 again, because it kind of has a larger bezel and the screen kind of looks small. But as we cycle through these, what else are we gonna see? Here's a nice little image showing off your Wi-Fi screen, and if you have Coffee with Robin coming up, where your fingerprint sensor is. Fingerprint sensor looks like it's gonna be kind of high up on the phone. I know that was something else somebody said, and I'll be curious to see if it feels uncomfortable where it's placed underneath that display. Then we jump over to the back of the phone, and you see that big camera, you know, module all the way across the display. This one says 50 megapixel lens on the left. The middle will be the 12 megapixel, and then the one over to the right will be the 48 megapixel. I wanted to check out these Pixel stands. Now, remember, this is gonna charge, I believe, at 23 watts wirelessly, and I bet you it has a big fan in there if I had to guess, because it looks pretty thick especially for a wireless charger. And usually when you put it in that little holder, when it's wireless charging, it usually ends up giving you like a different screen on your Pixel. Like it'll show like almost like information. So it's kind of neat what they do with that. It's not just a charger. It'll actually turn your phone into like a little newsstand in a way to give you information about what's going on in the world or in your world as well. First story of the day is about the next cheapest iPhone that's going to come out and the specs. I'm talking about the iPhone SE. It's going to be the third edition of this phone. Check out these specs because they're pretty freaking good. So remember, this is going to be that smallish type iPhone that probably will still have a home button, because the reason I say that is because you can see it's going to have an unchanged design, a 4.7-inch LCD display, Touch ID, which is their fingerprint sensor, A15 Bionic chipset, which would match what you get with the newest iPhones, the 13 series. You also are going to get the 5G connectivity with Snapdragon 860. You're gonna get and not only in the X60 processor, that's just 5G across the board. Production will begin in December of 2021 and it'll launch in spring of 2022. So if you love those iPhones with the home button and the small ones, and you want like the top end one, the one with the A15 processor, you're gonna have to wait, looking like probably March, April, May, somewhere in that time range of 2022 for that new version. Here's a little heads up, and I'm gonna do a video on this showing it, but ultimately if you have a Galaxy Watch 4, you can download the Samsung Internet Browser right on directly with that and browse the web. Again, I will do a full video on that, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up in case you didn't know about this. Next story has to do with the Galaxy S22 Ultra and how big is that camera bump going to be. We have a dummy unit, and it's a tweet, and we'll check this out. It's a dummy unit of the S22 Ultra, and it shows off the size and the camera bump size of the S22 Ultra, so let's check it out. So ultimately, I don't think it actually looks all that large, based off of these photos. When you check any of these photos out, what do you guys think? Are you guys thinking this bump looks all that big? It does show off the squared off designs of this phone. It shows the buttons and things on the right hand side. You can't tell much about the display. Obviously, it doesn't have a camera cutout, but it is due to have a camera cutout on the back there. You also get to see the new camera design, and we can't tell if it's separated or put together because this obviously is the design of just a dummy unit. So it might still be separated in the middle there at the top of the camera, but ultimately it shows it all put together. So S22 Ultra, again, camera bump, not looking all that large, but still, you're getting a slightly new design on the back, and we're getting obviously new internals. Also remember that it's due to have the S Pen built right into the bottom of the phone. So there is some stuff that's interesting and different about the S22 Ultra beyond the camera. Next up is a massive, massive leak of things that we knew and things we didn't know about the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. They're all tweets from our buddy Joshua Swingle, who makes this so easy. His tweets are so easy to read. They're beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Josh. I don't even think you watch these videos, but still, thanks so much. Let's dive into these tweets about the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. So here we go. The first one talks about the Pixel 6, just the regular Pixel 6, saying it's going to have Gorilla Glass Victus, an IP68 dust and water resistance rating, 6.4-inch smooth display, 30-watt USB-C charging, so that's faster charging than you can get on the latest Galaxy phones. 21-watt wireless charging with new Pixel stand, so you'll be able to wirelessly charge it up to 21 watts with that new Pixel stand, which we saw the other day, which is very, very thick. The next tweet coming out is also about the Pixel 6. It says details that are basically confirmed. You do get 5 years of security updates with your phone. So if you buy a Pixel phone, you can look forward to 5 years of, again, security updates. The Titan M2 security chip is built inside of the phone. Up to 80% faster performance with Tensor. All-day adaptive battery life. 48-hour battery life with extreme battery saver mode. Who puts that on? Come on, that's pretty crazy, but still very cool. 50 megapixel main camera captures 150% more light. So you're gonna have very nice bright photos no matter which lighting situation that you're in. What about some Pixel 6 Pro details? So 6.7-inch, 120 hertz smooth display. The refresh rate does drop to 10 hertz with LTPO, which it's not gonna drop to 10 hertz when you're scrolling. It's really gonna be when it's just like standing still. All day battery life, even with 5G. Average battery life during testing was 34 hours. So that's pretty crazy right there that you'll be able to get just average battery life is 34 hours. Like not 34 hours of screen on time, but like the battery would stay alive for average time. 50% charge in 30 minutes with the 30-watt adapter. That's pretty darn fast, thanks for that. 23-watt wireless charging with Pixel Stand. So a little bit faster wireless charging with the Pixel Stand on the Pro version versus the regular 6. Next is about the cameras. You get a 50 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and 48 megapixel telephoto, 4x optical zoom, and 20x super res zoom. So you should be able to zoom in pretty good on some stuff. Ultra wide selfie is 94 degrees field of view, and the 50 megapixel main camera captures 150% more, like just like it does on the Pixel 6. And then also Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, IP68 water rating in dust, 5 years of security updates, Titan M2 security chip, and 80% faster performance with the Tensor. So some of the things, I made a video the other day about the Pixel 6 Pro, like things I was really looking forward to trying out, and battery life was one of them, and that's looking pretty massive on this phone so far. So I'm looking extremely forward to trying this phone out when it arrives. With that said, let's jump into the tech news. And this information is coming from Brandon Lee, also known as This Is Tech Today. He's got his own YouTube channel, but he tweeted this stuff out. So let's talk about the tweets. He said, big Team Pixel 6 Pro leak dump. So retail associates have a sweepstakes event associated with the Pixel 6. Prize values have to be disclosed for taxes. The initial doc uploaded had a price, but was removed and replaced with TBD, either to hide pricing or it could change. And it was for $850 for that Pixel 6. Also, to go into this, he's saying this pricing is finalized, makes sense based on the leaked assembly repair video docs because of the Wave that is included in some models specifically for the US. And that added $100 from the European models. UR pricing is $649 and $899 for the 6 and 6 Pro. My Pixel 6 Pro guess is $1099. So you're looking at prices of most likely $750 for the Pixel 6 and what do you say, $1099 for the Pixel 6 Pro. So pretty expensive, but right in line with basically every other flagship phone, have it be a Samsung phone or Android phone or iPhone phone, again, kind of across the board for the most part. Next up would be the Pixel Stand, which we did see, and that is the big boy one. It's thick in the back. I'll click on the photos real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. And so very thick. And this one, as you can see, is gonna come in at $79, can charge at 23 watts, and has 2 charge points, 2 colors, and a fan, so that's why it's so thick. That's why it'll be, the fan obviously creates that thickness. Official colors named for the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, kinda coral, sorta seafoam, stormy black. And then the 6 Pro side, you're gonna get sorta sunny, cloudy white, and on the Pixel 6 Pro side, look at that, 512 gigabytes max storage. Sorta sunny, cloudy white, and stormy black. Notice the framing value flagship makes sense to have the price gap, $849 to $1099. And then we also have the Pixel Pass. This appears to be a blend of the iPhone upgrade plan, where you can get a new phone every year, and the Apple One subscription, but Google's would contain the YouTube Premium, Google One, Google Play Pass, extended warranty, and it's associated with Google Fi, so you'd get the phone and all of those services included in a monthly price. I like the idea of that. So the pricing, it's $750 seemingly, and $1099, which would we like these prices to be much lower? Yeah, but at the same time, how low can you make a premium phone and people won't be turned off by the price? And what I mean by that is, like, if say the Pixel 6 Pro is $500 out of the gate, or $700 out of the gate, a lot of us would be excited, but at the same time, the regular person would see that, and then right next to it, they'd see the iPhone, and they'd be like, iPhone's $300 more, the iPhone has to be that much better. So I think that's why they're trying to create parallel pricing versus their competitors. Even though they potentially probably could get these prices to be lower, it's really that mental state that people go through that would make them think a higher price equals a better product. Your question of the day is, what do you think the prices should come in at for the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro? Do you think those prices are fair? Do you think the analogy that I said is the right one? Well, let me know what you think in the comments down below. With that said, guys, let's get into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. First question comes from Orlando Vintes. Not a question, just a statement. What I want to see in the next fold ability right on the outer screen. A wider outer screen, yes, I would take the additional weight and increase the inner display. That should give us stronger battery space. Last thing would be a stronger camera inside and out. No hidden camera. I would agree with everything you said. They should do all of that, and it would be the Pro version or the regular version. I still think we're gonna see a Pro version of that phone, and I think it's gonna be bigger, better. Everything's gonna be that pretty much what you wanted in that foldable phone, especially competing with the S20 lines of phones, the premium ones. So I agree with you though. Next is from Leah Manuk, says, hello Greg, thanks for answering my previous question. I wish you could help with this too. When I use the S Pen, I can use Bixby Vision to read QR codes on things being displayed on my screen. Do you know a way to trigger Bixby Vision to read the screen contents without the S Pen? As you know, the S Pen isn't always around us due to the lack of housing for it. The latest Samsung phone, thank you very much. That is a fantastic question. Never even thought of seeing if that was something that was possible. I'm gonna have to get you back to you on that one. And if you can do it, I'll make a video on it, but I'll research that more. I'm a little pressed for time at the moment because I just saw your question, but I will look into that. And if there is a way, again, I will make a video on it. Mr. D's product review says more storage on the phone is something that's an important feature when considering purchasing a new phone. At this point, 512 is the only option for consideration since a 1 terabyte phone is simply not currently offered. Would you be able to ask people to take a survey to get the answers in the storage options going from 128 all the way to 1.5, then be able to announce the answers to each storage option in a future video? Yeah, that's a great one. I will, after the end of this, after I'm done with these questions, I'll put up a little poll of saying, you know, what's the perfect storage option that you would want the most storage? What was your favorite wrestler over the first 5 years? It would probably be Ultimate Warrior. I liked him a lot. Hogan and Warrior, that would probably be my favorites at the time. And then as I got a little older, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Frank says, what will make you put your main SIM in the iPhone? I'm wondering because every tech YouTuber does it at some point, and the reason is usually pair pressure and status symbol. I never put, so I did a couple years ago just as a trial, but I haven't put my main SIM card in my phone for more than a week or two in a long time, a very long time. The iPhone is just, the software experience is a little bit boring to me. Those people that do it like that are other YouTubers, they do it because they love the iPhone. There's nothing wrong with that. They just, that's what they love. And you know, Android just probably lacks features or the battery life or the whatever they don't like about it. They do it with the iPhone. Maybe they like FaceTime and iMessage and whatever else is on there. So that's why they do that kind of stuff. But for me, I generally don't do it. And what would it take for me to do that? Honestly, it would have to be a folding phone, and it would have to have really cool software features, customizations, and just usage overall. New York's Finest says Samsung has a Try phone for free. What's the catch to it? Would you be able to pay for the shipping charges, etc.? If I don't take the phone, they pay for return shipping. So I'm not gonna read the whole question because it's super long, but yeah, so with those phones right there, what happens is you have to do a financing on it, and then if you like it, you pay every single month, or you can pay it off if you have all the money then and there, but you basically are just financing it. And if you don't like it, that's when you return it. I think it's before 21 days if you want to get your money back on those trials. And that's what happens. But you'll still end up, there's no shipping charges, but you'll still have to pay taxes on it when you buy the phone, but it would be built into the finance. Last two questions. First one is from Evil Teacher, says, what would be your best overall earphones in balance, quality, and price ratio? Once again, thanks for taking the time. I'm glad I found this channel. I would say, thank you so much. Very, very, very kind. Best balance and everything. I mean, I really like the Galaxy Buds Pro. They're kind of expensive though. There's a lot, like, you really can't go wrong for anything 100 and under. I really like the Pixel Buds A. Those are great earphones. If you don't need active noise cancellation, which, let's be honest, I don't feel like it makes that huge of a difference on Buds anyway. I'd say the best bang for your buck with quality and apps and features and just overall usage, I'd say the Pixel Buds A. I think they work really good. And our last question comes from Jimmy E. Do you think T-Mobile will carry the Pixel 6 Pro? This is my carrier, and I enjoy watching your video. Thanks for the great advice. Do I think they'll carry it? Yes. I do think they will. I think it'll be Verizon. Yeah, I think everybody will. And if they don't, honestly, you should just be able to, I mean, unless you're locked into a contract or like in a payment plan with them now and you can't get out of it, you could still just finance it or buy it directly through Best Buy or through Google themselves. But I think, yes, I think T-Mobile is going to carry it. Do I know for sure? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have a question, leave it in the comments with the word question, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.